Welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey guys, happy Friday to you. This is Heather. Okay, so today is what? January 29th, 2021. Can you believe that our first month of this year is just about wrapped up? How was it for you? I keep saying that. Let me make sure my volume is up. Yep, it is. Good. Okay, so, and the other thing, oh gosh, one of the things I always love is I love when a month starts on a Monday. That's always been a thing for me. And it is the case for February. So February 1st will be on Monday. March 1st is on a Monday. And then I think it's November, another month that starts on a Monday. So, okay, so let's jump into it. Let me set this up. I am sitting at my standing desk because I have done a lot more on the treadmill today. If you don't know, I have a treadmill desk now. It's a standing desk and treadmill desk because it's a really, really big desk. And so I've got room for everything. It's pretty cool. I'm loving it. I found, I have so many thoughts. So, like older people, I want to say old people. Forgive me if you're older. It's no disrespect whatsoever because this is going to be a big compliment. But, like when you have older parents or grandparents and they've lived in their house for 30, 40, 50 years and they never really got rid of anything. So they have everything. They just have everything because you never know when you're going to need it. Well, there's a lot of things I don't get rid of. I just move with me and then I have them. So I have a monitor from probably about 8 to 10 years ago. I have a separate monitor that I used for my laptop and I pulled it out. Like I found it, or it's been sitting in my closet forever. And I pulled it out. I got the right cord for it. And now I have a 20-inch monitor on a big stand on my desk. It's pretty cool because it's up high so I can see it while I'm walking. And then I have my laptop in the other spot where I'm sitting. Anyway, but it's one of those things where it's like, there's so many things that I don't want to get rid of because then I have them. That's how you have things, by not getting rid of them. So you can just get rid of the junk. Don't get rid of the cool stuff. Anyway, things are going really well over here with the new desk, except that I'm tired a lot. So I'll have to go take a break. My legs kind of hurt. They're getting better, but I do feel like I'm need more energy. So here we go. Okay, so let's jump into it. If you don't know, The Inspired Entrepreneur is a book, and I created a podcast to dive deeper into the things that I wrote in my book. So it's a daily book, and today is January 29th. I have no idea what it says yet. Let me pull it up. I typically don't read ahead. Let's see. Okay, January 29th. There is no time frame for anything. Get into the vibration of it and follow impulses. Okay, so there's a lot of thoughts about this. A lot of people have a lot of thoughts about this. But as you know, I follow Abraham Hicks, and I really pretty much believe everything they say because I've seen it all make sense. But they do talk about that there is no time frame. There's no time frame. So there's this one video, one audio, whatever, on YouTube. I found it a bunch of months ago, and I just thought it was so cool. So our belief systems. Our belief systems create everything in our lives. Like anything you believe to be true will be true. So, there's a book. Okay, so I woke up this morning at 6:30 in the morning, and I came up with all of these book ideas because I'm working on writing a book a month and starting in February. And one of my first assignments basically is to put together 12 titles for the year. And so I woke up this morning and I hadn't thought much about it. I just didn't write anything down yet or anything like that. And this morning I woke up just like knowing all these things. So I came in, opened up uh, my notebook, and I just started writing. And right now I have 16 book titles or book ideas. So one of them, it just kept coming to me, the things, because we're gonna write like shorter books. Like the Inspired Entrepreneur is 400 pages, but if you've seen the pages or you see these messages, they're very short. But I'm gonna write kind of like more focused books, like focused, what's it called? Focused topics or areas. Like one of them is legit how to stop attracting losers. Like, yeah, I don't know if it's going to say that, but that is a specific topic, right? So, and some of them, so a lot of the other ones are a bit more general. But anyway, one of them is where I'm looking at the list now. So I have 16 right now. Everything is true. That's one of the titles. Everything is true. Subtitle: A book about belief systems. Isn't that cool? So everything you believe will come true. So if you want something to come true, you got to start believing it. If you don't believe it, it will never come true. Basically, it will never. I never want to say never because I don't believe that it. I never believe that. I really don't believe that. Like you can like totally half-ass law of attraction and still attract like really cool thing. You know what I mean? Like people do it all the time. But it's about being really a deliberate creator, right? So one of the Abrahams I listened to was about the example was planting, I think it was corn or tomatoes, whatever, planting seeds, right? And it's going to take 21 days for the seedlings to pop up. Okay, whatever it is, right? I'm not a farmer, so I don't know. I think it's cool, but I know my animals outside would eat everything. So that's besides the point. So they said, so the reason why there's a gestation period for these seeds, this particular whatever it is, say it's a tomato plant. The reason why it takes however many days, like the package says, and we say, and all of that, is because that's what we believe to be true. So, okay, you can apply this with everything. So when people say, well, this is the truth and this is how long it will take and blah, 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 blah. So with just about anything, you could disregard what people say. I do it all the time. It's fun and annoying at the same time to disregard everybody because everybody thinks they know the truth. Okay, whatever. You make it to be your truth. So people believe that there's this time frame, and nobody believes basically that it will take only 7 days or 3 days or whatever instead of 21 days. Because that's what everybody believes. And when you believe that, then it's true. So everything is true. So whatever you believe is true to you. Does that make sense? It's mind-blowing, right? It's totally, gosh, I remember it felt like layers of layers of an onion of the past couple of years of learning this and believing it and really understanding it. It felt like more and more layers were peeled back. And I remember so many days that I would like go into the kitchen and tell Roger's little office used to be in the kitchen for a while when he first moved in. And there's a little nook there. And I would go in there and I would like tell him something that I learned or discovered or start believing. And I would just like feel this like, holy moly type of feeling. And I remember just like, I was leaning on the counter and I'd put my head down of like, oh, wow. Like I felt like another level of believing. Another. Now things don't really blow my mind at all. Like because I, of all those levels, it's like there's moments that either I remember again something I've learned in the past about this, or it hit me again, and it's like, oh wow, oh my god, that's so cool. Like it's not mind blowing anymore, but it's cool. It's like really cool. It's like wow. So the time frame is whatever you put on it. That's it. I mean, that's all it is. But can't talk, but you have to get into the vibration of it. Right? Like you have to, it's all attraction. So all it is, and I said the other day, like all the mindset work I do, the manifestation list I do every morning, all these things that I do is to just is to line me up, line my energy up to what I want, to get me to meet the vibration of the things that I want, to meet the vibration of the life, the identity that I'm creating. It's just this daily work that I do to bring myself up there or to there. Does that make sense? So it's not to create anything. It's to get me there in that vibration, in that belief system that creates. So, excuse me. So there's no time frame. The time frame is as long as it takes for you to start believing it and vibrating at that level. That's it. That's the time frame. So this is why I do the work every day. This is why I do my personal stuff every single day, because I want it, because I want the stuff that I want. And I know all I have to do is get there vibrationally. So you can too, right? You guys are doing it. So remember, there's no time frame for anything. Get into the vibration of it and follow impulses. You follow the impulse. Things will come to you. Ideas will come to you. People come to you. The thing will come to you. You know what I mean? Like so many things were so easy when I lined up the energy, not knowing it, like not really, like totally not consciously aware of it. I just followed whatever came to my mind that sounded like a good idea. Like legit, that's all it is. It's not like some big major thing. All the most important things that I've manifested all came from simple thoughts. These were not mind-blowing. Nothing was mind-blowing about anything I've manifested that was huge. Well, I don't want to say huge, but you know what I mean? That were important to me. None of it was... I had no idea at the time. Like those ideas for me to take inspired action, that's another book too, Inspired Action. Those ideas just were like the next, what does Abraham say? The next logical step. That's all it was, legit. It was like nothing to write home about. Had no idea something was coming, or it was right there. It is so natural. When you start manifesting, it is the most natural thing in the world. And so often, you just don't have a clue that it's coming. You just don't have a clue that it's right around the corner. It's just one phone call away. It's one email away. It's one text message away. It's whatever it is. For me, it's been mostly text messages that had to do with somebody else. I had the idea. I did the message without any expectation whatsoever. Like nothing. It was just an idea. So I followed through. And I was like, holy crap, that was easy. That was easy. So, and these ideas, they're just simple. Like all the things that I've done. I've talked about all of them, but for the most part, like manifesting this house, manifesting the house in Pismo, manifesting the car, manifesting my husband, manifesting, goodness, another place to live. Like they were all just a thought that popped in my head, like all the other thoughts. And I didn't dismiss it. I was just like, yeah, I think I'm gonna message this person, because I had to do, like they all had to do with somebody else in that moment. I had no idea. and they all manifested. So, anyway, getting back to today, there's no time frame for anything. Get into the vibration of it and follow impulses. And at the very least, so the easiest way to get into the vibration is to get happy. That's another book. How to Manifest Happiness. Basically, right? How to get happy. That's been my main focus for months now, and I've never been happier. Like, I'm focusing on happiness and following impulses and getting into the vibration, focusing, just putting my focus on the things that I want to come to me. Just the focus, that's it. Just writing some things down, watching videos about it, daydreaming about it, whatever it is, and getting happy. And for me, and I know this is very common, I've heard it, that the daydream is often the imagination of it, like you coming up with scenarios and imagination, visions of it, is more exciting than the actual manifestation. For the most part, like everything that I've manifested, it was more exciting in my imagination state. It almost sounds like a bad thing, right? Like anytime I'm like gonna go shopping for something, right? I get more excited about the thought of going shopping. And then when I go shopping, I'm just like, this is a lot of work. And then I'm not enjoying myself. Even though on the way, like the car ride is really fun, like really fun for me. A lot of the other things are fun. The actual going to a store, looking for the thing that I'm looking for, not so fun. Now, what I have realized when I was looking at this thought, I'm like, oh, you know what I really like doing regarding shopping? Because it's not like I don't like shopping, because I do. But what I like doing is just window shopping, like just going into a store. Like one of my favorite stores, like furniture stores, is Z Gallery. And like I like going through Z Gallery and just looking, appreciating, seeing all the cool things and the cool accessories and the cool colors. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I got to go to these 5 stores and look for a planner and to figure out which planner I want. You know, that's just work for me. I guess probably because there's no clarity there. But, or when I was looking for the mobile bag that I was looking for, you know, like these things, they felt exciting when I thought about going to look, because it was an excuse to get out of the house and go shopping and go check. And it really just wasn't that fun. But I like just looking for enjoyment, not looking for, I must find like the ultimate planner of my life. And then it just ends up being a lot of walking around a store looking for the planners and then looking at the planners and like, I don't know. So anyway, it's just, so the imagination, like really dwell in the daydream, like really feel it, because most likely for you, it's going to be more fun in the imagination state, because you can add all kinds of fun things to it. But not to say that when you manifest it, it sucks. It doesn't at all. I'm just saying it's like, then it's done. It's old news. It's over. The fantasy is over, basically. So the journey is the longest part. The manifestation comes. Now, of course, like if it's a house, you enjoy it every day and it's a thing that's now in your life, but it becomes old news. It's like, okay, yeah, now I live here. Okay, great. Then you actually have to actively work over time to keep appreciating your house, because, you know, after time, house gets dirty and then you got to clean it. Like when you want to manifest a big home, it's freaking hilarious. I have I want to say a short list of complaints of living in a large home. It's short. And, you know, it's fine if I complain about it. Well, no, it's not fine. I complain about like, it's a lot to clean, but you know, I do focus on it being a large home. Like I'm not scared I'm going to manifest a small house now because I focus on how big this thing is. But you do a lot of walking. You do a lot of walking when you have a big house, and you do a lot of cleaning. If you don't like cleaning, then you definitely have to have a house cleaner. But anyway, so there's some things to it, but there's so many pluses to it for me. Like if you have a family, it's awesome, but then that's more cleaning. Anyway, I do well. All right, digress. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go for now, and because my husband, oh gosh, we started watching. I signed up for Discovery Plus. I've been trying out all these new apps, or whatever they are, channels or whatever. And we started watching Undercover Billionaire last night, which is interesting. It's very interesting. This guy, he's a billionaire, and he was, he's betting that the American dream is still alive, that you can just go out and hard work will pay off, and you can build a business, $1 million business. And he believes that he can build $1 million business in 90 days starting with only $100. So it's just interesting because his determination is mostly what, if we're looking at it law of attraction wise, because there's a lot of hard work and hustle and all that, which, you can get sucked into. And there's nothing wrong with action. You know what I mean? It's just about the determination and the intention. And when Abraham tells us to test things out, if he believes he can do $1 million business in 90 days, then we're going to see if he does it. I think he does, but we'll see. But so he lives on a yacht with his family, and he has a private jet, and so they land him in Erie, Pennsylvania. He had no idea where he was going to go, and they gave him $100, and he just has a duffel bag full of clothes and his cell phone with no contacts in it, and a beat up old truck. And that's it. Like nowhere to live, nothing else. That's it. So it's interesting. It's just a reality show, whatever. And so it's on Discovery Plus, and he found it pretty tough. Because it's like winter, whenever this was, winter and 17 degrees at night, and he's sleeping in his truck for basically the first week. He stayed in a motel for one night, and it was just too expensive for him because he had $100. And so anyway, so you get to watch him, the things that he knows that he can do to make money. And it's interesting because he's pretty relentless, I would say, to this is how I know how to do, flipping things, certain things. Just his knowledge base of what to look for is me and my husband are like, oh, wow, that's interesting. It's you don't know what you don't know, right? Anyway, so that's one of the things we're watching. But tonight we're going to watch, he's making spaghetti, because I saw it on that show last night. He's making spaghetti, and we're going to watch Saturday Night Fever. I got it on AMC Plus. I just signed up for their trial because it's on there. Saturday Night Fever, because I started listening to disco, which is interesting. It's very upbeat and happy, and I always talk crap about it because both my parents were always obsessed with it because that's their generation. And my father is still obsessed with disco. He is an absolute disco fanatic, which is cool. Now I listen to it, I'm like, that's really cool. It's just really cool. I don't know. So I got into, I've seen Saturday Night Fever. It came out in 1977. I was born in 1975. So I've seen it a few times when I was a kid, but I wanted to see it again. John Travolta, man. Can't beat it. So that's my night. So, which is cool. Okay, guys, I'm going to let you go, and I will be back tomorrow. Bye.